Good evening and welcome to the second and final meeting tonight. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove. And at this time, we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Monday, April the 18th, 2016. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my far right.
Ed Bell.
Dan McMillan, Clerk Treasurer.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented a printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, April the 4th, 2016. The floor is open for questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
I don't have any.
No questions or comments or changes. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes dated Monday, April 4th, 2016 as presented.
I'll make said motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. This evening, Board, we have 23 pages of corporate claims in the amount of $768,110.41. The floor is open for questions or comments.
And I do have one question, please. Page 20. It's the very first entry. Franciscan St. Francis for $42,000.
Rob, is that one yours?
For 42,000?
$42,000.
Yes, that's the St. Francis Paramedic EMT program.
Okay, thank you.
Payroll.
Thank you. That was my only question. Thank you.
That was mine, so.
On the same page, down about 10 entries, simple electric, lighting for flagpole. And then on the next page, I think, I've seen it somewhere. Page 19, I'm sorry. 4 from the bottom, Carrot Top Industries for park flags. You want to talk about the donation from Willow Glen?
Yes, that was a donation by Willow Glen Apartments, and they donated flags to, as far as I know, the entire city, I believe, Dennis. And that was quite a help. That was almost $1,500 that they donated for flags, so quite an improvement to our city.
Plus they paid for the installation of the flag, lighting of the flag at the Pocket Park over here right off of Garstand.
Very nice.
So that was a kind gesture on their part. So I wanted to bring that to the attention. I think maybe we'll do something for them at the council meeting, I'm not sure. But it was very nice of them to do
Great.
that. Any further questions on the claims?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This here is incorrect, so I don't know if we just want to, how you want to do this entry on there.
Page 1, 6 from the bottom,
Okay.
on David Heiniger, that has to be adjusted from 95, 56, 98 to,
Well, this is what was approved by the board at the last meeting, and then there's going to be another adjustment later on in the meeting, so I didn't know how you wanted to handle that.
I adjusted from the one approved at the last meeting.
we'll put the approved amount of 7116.80 in the docket, and then we'll get that approved, and we'll prove it not to exceed that amount.
Okay.
So is there further questions or comments?
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporate claims dated April the 18th, 2016 in the amount of not to exceed $768,110.41, and that should cover it.
I'll make said motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye as well. Thank you. Under new business this evening, we have several items. The first one is a master vendor's license from North American Contractors. They came in and requested a license to go door to door for the purpose of roofs and siding and windows for us as a result of storm damage. I met with them last Friday, and they were very nice. I told them that the board will take this under advisement, but that it has been our experience not to approve these. And I told them that Friday when I met with them that I would not discuss this matter with the other two board members because I would prejudice them. And, but I did tell them that I would not support this. So I'll be voting no tonight if there is a motion to approve. So I'll open it up to the board members for comments.
May I speak? This was a tough one. But I have a hard time every 4 years, or has been, going door to door and sometimes even earlier than that, knocking on doors. And there's many doors that says no soliciting. And it seems like it's getting more after the 12 years I've been sitting on the council. And many of them, that's new, they immediately ask, can't you read or whatever? And I said, I apologize, but I don't fall under that. But I said, this is the only means I have to communicate to you and ask questions. And sometimes I come back and ask questions on pertinent ordinances that I'm going to pass. I mean, I'm just one vote, and I have to try to get the majority. Anyway, after that, they're real, fine with that. But in many other doors, they ask about getting harassed, and I said, well, simply put and they don't want to do that. And I've thought about strengthening our ordinance, and I think that's not right either. But while I'm sitting on the board, I believe I just can't approve it. And I know this is how they make their living, but nowadays there's all these contractors that advertise on TV, there's Yellow Book. I mean, if you think you've got hail damage or whatever, you look up and call a contractor. Most of these I see as storm chasers. And I just can't told myself to vote for it. I'm sorry.
Okay, my comment is, I really appreciate them giving you all their identification, social security numbers for all their employees. You have to appreciate that.
Right.
But when I'm at home with my family, whether we're eating dinner, the last thing I want to do is answer someone selling something at my door. I find it very aggravating and frustrating, especially when they won't take no for an answer. So I do believe there are a lot of storm chasers right now since Beech Grove got hit hard with hail. On the south side of Beech Grove, we did not get hit with hail. I at least twice a week in the last, since we've had that hailstorm, 3 weeks ago, I get phone calls. And they'll say, we've been operating in Beech Grove for, 15 years. And I said, really? What address are you on? And they can't answer that question. And that's why I say, no. But anyway, so back to door to door, I will turn this down as well.
Any other comments from board members?
I'm done.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to either approve or deny.
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 A second?
Second.
Ed made a motion to deny, Sandy
And I'll
second.
second.
Yes, I second. I made the motion. Go for it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Defeated 3-0.
Dennis, can I make a
Sure.
comment? Just to let you know how serious we are, we had someone that came in I don't know if it was Friday or today, but it was someone and it was a well-known company, that did not get a permit for a roof. And they even called and said, do we have to have one? We said, yes, they do. Well, they decided just go ahead and do it without the permit. Well, they were issued a $1,000 fine, and they paid it. And so I appreciate our people out there that is going out and checking on this. Mark and Derek have done an excellent job trying to stay on top of it. And so there is some consequences if they do not follow the rules.
All right, move to next order of new business, final payroll adjustment for Officer Heiniger. I'll defer to the clerk for information.
Okay, what actually happened on this is when they did the audit, as far as, I guess Craig did, no one checked with our office to find out when the last time he was paid. He was retired on March 21st. He was paid through March 25th, which gave him an extra week's of vacation. And so the amount the board approved for his final payment was $71,1690. The 1 week that he was overpaid was $1,355.79, which I'm showing as $57,6111 is what he should receive.
Floor is open for questions or comments.
What was that, what was that total, Dan?
576111.
Do we have that anywhere?
Pardon me.
Do we have that anywhere?
No, what we did was just take his salary of $2711.58, divided it in half, came to $1355.79, subtracted it off the $71,1690, which left a balance of $57,6111.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments from board members?
No, sir.
If not, motion to approve the deduction.
I'll make said motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Next order of new business is director's position at the Senior Citizen Center. I wrote the letter. I'll go ahead and read it to the board. As a result of Carla McKee's retirement, the director of the Senior Citizen Center has become vacant. At this time, I would like to announce that I have appointed Stephanie Bramlett as the new Senior Citizens Director effective April 23rd, 2016. This does not need Board of Public Works and Safety's approval, but I do want to have her base salary increase approved by the board. Effective April 23rd, 2016, her base salary will increase to $1,390.30 per payroll period. Her payment for a commercial driver's license and longevity will not change. So, board, the floor is open for questions or comments.
Is
Yes,
there-
Mayor. What was the other salary? The other director? or
Same
is-
thing.
Same thing, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
$1,390.30.
so she was the assistant, okay.
And those funds are in the budget?
Yes, we could come up a few dollars short, depending upon, Dennis and I have talked about this, and we'll find the money somewhere if we do come up short because of hiring an assistant and the time in between time. But we will come up with it.
Did
Thank
we do a motion to approve?
No, not yet,
Need a motion to approve the change in her salary.
I'll make said motion.
and I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Part 2 is the coordinator's position. With this appointment, Stephanie Bramlett's previous position as coordinator is now available to be filled. I ask for a motion to allow Stephanie to fill the vacant position caused by her promotion. In the motion, the position cannot be filled before May 7th, 2016. Floor is open for questions or comments.
I have none.
I have none.
Motion to allow her to fill her vacant position.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business is a permission to surplus reserve engine 58, the fire department. Chief?
Mayor and Board, I'm asking for the approval for the surplus of Reserve Engine 58. Engine 58 is a 1997 Pierce fire engine. I listed the VIN number on your paperwork this evening. This vehicle served the city for 19 years. It has no value as emergency response apparatus. If approved, this vehicle will be utilized as a trade-in with the purchase of a new Smeel fire engine for $12,000 for the trade.
That was part of the deal, wasn't it?
This is part of the deal. I'm actually requesting to surplus this vehicle 2 months early than anticipated. Reason being, if you recall, this engine was off-frame rebuilt, and we are continually having mechanical issues with it. We have spent a lot of money this year keeping that vehicle on the road. And what the plan is to go ahead and surplus this vehicle now, get it over to Hoosier Fire for our trade so it'll be secure, and not pumping any more money on this engine. If we come in the need of another fire engine for a loaner, we will borrow one from IFD. And they're gonna help bridge that gap of that 2
All right.
months.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
I have none.
No.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to allow the chief to surplus the 1997 Pierce fire engine.
I'll make said motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. I know that was, we are spending a lot of money on a machine that we don't know whether it's going to start.
It's unfortunate this year we've had several major mechanical issues with our frontline apparatus, and each time we placed a reserve engine in service, we'd had a mechanical breakdown, which pretty well doubled the original cost of our frontline engine. So it's just costing us money hand over fist to keep it in service, and that's the reason why.
Thank you. Next order of business is permission to surplus the fire safety trailer. Chief?
Dear Board, I'm asking for approval for the surplus of our fire safety trailer. This trailer was purchased in 2001 through donations. Again, I list the VIN number on your paperwork. The Beech Fire Department has enjoyed numerous years of providing public safety education through the use of this trailer. Unfortunately, the cost of fixing this unit exceeds its life expectancy. I would like to place a trailer in this year's auction and reinvest any funds from the sale into public education. And the reason why I'm asking a surplus, this one breaks my heart. This trailer had a lot of community involvement through Pennies for Progress, for donations, a lot of community support, and we've received many years of service out of the trailer. Unfortunately, due to time and erosion, the weather, there's cracks on the roof. They're just too difficult to replace. Water has seeped in between the walls of the trailer. It's warping and there's mold. It's just no cost too much to fix that trailer and have it operational.
The only thing on the money being provided due to the sale, I'm not sure. I think that would have to just be in the general fund, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if we can attach it to the education fund, I don't have any problem as long as, it doesn't violate any state board of accounts rules.
No,
So it's up to you guys however you want to do it.
no, any further questions or comments?
Yes, I do. I make an assumption, this is the trailer that you train the kids or people to get out of fire and smoke?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No further questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to allow the chief to surplus the fire safety trailer.
I'll make said motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Motion carries. Next order of business is update on the med bill contract with the fire department. Chief?
Yes, dear board, I come before you today asking for the approval of updating our contract with MedBill. MedBill has sent an updated contract showing an increase for ESO billing. ESO provides all of our ambulance billing to MedBill, and this change will expand our current ESO database to include fire and EMS reporting. A little background on this and why. Currently, with the current CAD system that we have at Indianapolis, we utilize their CAD program, which is called Visual Fire, to enter all the National Fire Incident reporting into that system. Indianapolis is going through some changes, but it might not be till another 6 months to a year before they implement their changes to what program we will use. So we're pretty well constrained to what Indianapolis is doing, and we fell in this same scenario before. Before Visual Fire, we had 24/7, which was another NIFRS reporting system, and with both databases being downtown, we don't have access to our own information. So what if we need information, run report off one of these old systems, we have to send a request downtown. Once they have the time to retrieve that information, get back to us, then we're able to receive it. So yes, it is obtainable, don't get me wrong, but it's time process, but we're not in control of our own information. So by going with ESO, we're going to have to pay out-of-pocket fee, initial fee. It's roughly around $5,900, and that will provide data migration of all these old CAD programs. We'll be able to transfer into ESO. So we'll have control of all of our old fire records over the last 10 years. And that was when we got rid of Firehouse, one of our own programs. By switching to our fire programs to ESO, there is a monthly cost. It's roughly $575, and ESO will take that out of our current billing that we have set up with MedBill. By linking the two together, ESO will provide our ambulance billing information and our fire data for our NIFRS reporting. We report monthly to the state, and we report yearly to the federal government. Today I just turned in our NIFRS report to the federal government. That is required for any federal grants that we receive, and make sure that we are reporting this information. Some of the benefits of the fire department: it's a one-stop program. It will streamline our data information on, for example, an ambulance run with an ambulance and an engine arrives, and it's a critical patient. The ambulance has to leave immediately. The fire crew on scene can use their tablet, enter patient information or anything pertinent, and the ambulance crew just syncs up at the hospital, and that information will talk to each other. Currently, we don't have that capabilities. It can hinder patient care. So this is one of the reasons and one of the benefits for us. And one more note, I was also notified today from Chief Conzen at Wayne Township that Indianapolis is looking at ESO for their NIFRS reporting. And if they do go to ESO, we will be part of that Marion County process, and we won't have to pay those additional monthly fees for the ESO. But it is one of the programs they are looking at, and they're very interested in it. But this puts us in the forefront when we're able to control our own Destiny and do our own service and provide that information data exchange. So, any questions?
So it's 5,900 to migrate, right?
Correct.
And it's 575 a month.
Correct.
What are we currently paying per month?
Currently, we're not paying anything with the visual fire program, and that's getting ready to change.
Any further questions or comments?
I got a question. Rob, ESO will only do run reports, is that correct? They won't do any of the billing that MedBill does currently?
ESO is our computer program that we utilize to capture that billing information for ESO.
Okay,
And MedBill bills right directly off of the ESO run
okay,
sheets.
my real question on this is, MedBill now takes credit card payments for ambulance runs. So I guess my question is, if ESO has anything to do with it, will they honor what MedBill is doing as far as credit card payments?
Yes, we currently use them now, so
Okay.
there will be no change in the ambulance billing itself.
Okay.
Further questions or comments?
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the updated contract with the Beech Grove Fire Department and MedBill pursuant to ESO.
I'll make said motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
Thank you.
Next order of business is a conflict of interest disclosure for part-time employee Angel McKenna. This was brought to my attention. Angel works part-time at Hornet Park, and her daughter wanted to become a instructor, yoga instructor. That would be a contract employee. She wouldn't be an employee of the city of Beech Grove. I questioned that, and I asked our city attorney to look into that matter. I wanted to make sure we had disclosure on it, but I wanted to make sure that that was proper for her to do that. So he looked into it, and there's a letter attached to the back of this on his opinion. The park board has approved it. And then I thought it would be in the best interest that this be disclosed publicly and that the board review this and comment. So I'll open it up for questions or comments.
I have no comments.
After seeing it, I don't have a.
And the letter from the attorney says, "Dear board, it has come to my attention that Ms. Fuqua," I'm not going to try the first name, the daughter of Angel McKenna, is seeking a contract as a yoga instructor with the Parks Department. Since this relationship is contractual in nature and not an employee-employer relationship, it is my legal opinion that Ms. Fuqua's contract does not violate state nepotism statute, Indiana Code 36-1-20.2, or the city's ordinance regarding the same. So, any further questions on the conflict of interest? Ask for a motion to approve the uniform conflict of interest disclosure statement for Angel McKenna.
I'll make said motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries, and this will be on the agenda for the next city council meeting in May. Excuse you. Next order of business is nepotism certificate. Even though this may not even apply, I felt it was in the best interest that, for full disclosure, that this be brought before the board. It's a City of Beech Grove nepotism certificate for Angel McKenna. And the floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
Have none.
Not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the City of Beech Grove nepotism certification for Angel McKenna.
I'll make said motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. This too will be brought to the council at their May meeting. Thank you, board. Last order of business this evening, or the second to the last order of business is title sheet 2016 paving. You should have one of these sheets. And what happens, NDOT, if you look at the bottom left, under the City of Beech Grove insignia, it says Indiana Department of Transportation Standard Drawing Specifications and Supplemental Specifications dated 2016 to be used with these plans. Any road project through the state of Indiana now has to fall under the NDOT standard for specifications. So any board throughout the state that approves paving projects has to sign off on the cover page. So that's all this is.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if it's just a local project that we're doing here, or if it's through the MPO, or wherever it comes from. The governing board has to sign off on it, on the cover page. So that's what we have to do this evening. So I would ask that, once we go through this, we sign off on at least two of them. We'll keep one for ourselves and send one back to United Consulting. Any questions or comments?
Nope.
Part two of that is something that I received today, and I apologize for that. But this came today. It's 2 pages stapled. And I would ask the clerk to read just read the letter into the record, please.
Final plans for review 2016 roadway resurfacing and reconstruction. Dear Mayor Buckley, we have completed the final plans and contract documents for review related to the reference project, including proposed improvements to portions of Cleveland Street, Detroit Street, 11th Avenue and 12th Avenue. The following files are being provided electronically via email for your review. 1. Beech Grove 2016 construction plans. Construction plans 2016-04-18 PDF. Number 2, Beech Grove 2016 contract documents 2016-04-18 PDF. Number 3, Beech Grove 2016 cost estimates 2016-04-18 PDF. Number 4, Beech Grove 2016 transfer leader 2016-04-18 PDF. We ask that you provide any comments back to our office by Monday, April 25th, 2016. This will allow us to incorporate any necessary revisions prior to making the plans and contract documents available to the public by anticipated advertisement on May 2nd, 2016. The remaining schedule includes opening bids at the Board of Public Works meeting on May 16, 2016, and officially awarding the project at the Board of Works meeting on June 6, 2016. The construction contract completion time is stated in the contract as 60 days from notice to proceed. If you have any questions, please contact our office at your convenience. Sincerely, United Consulting, Brian Pearson.
The dates are what's relevant. They will advertise, and they'll take care of all the advertising. On May 2nd, it will be advertised. The board will open the bids on May 16th, and then we will award the bid on June the 6th. And page 2 is the engineers' calculations on what they feel this project will cost to do. And they believe that the project will cost about $270,000 to complete. And if you go back to this map here, you can look on the drawings and see the dark areas. That's what they are going to do. They're going to take Cleveland Street from 5th to 9th. They're going to take it out and redo it. and they're going to take Detroit Street out from 19th to 21st and redo it. They're going to do Detroit Street, or 12th Street from Detroit to Southern, 11th Street from Southern to Bethel, and do one part of 12th Street at Bethel. That's what this project entails. Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
I'd like to make a comment. I'd just like to apologize to the public. We do not have the capabilities of running this map so we can put it on the city website. So it will be available for review in the clerk treasurer's office anytime you may want to look at it. This letter that was read this evening will be put on there tomorrow.
And like we said, we got it this afternoon.
Right.
So any further questions or comments?
I have none.
Not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the final plans for repaving, 2016 repaving.
I'll make said motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And Sandy, if you could sign that. Ed, go ahead and sign yours and pass it to me.
Oh, okay. The map.
That's for Ed. Sandy, sign that one. On a footnote to paving, actually, there'll be two paving projects this year. The first one is what we're doing right now, which will probably be done sometime in June. But the state is going to release some money around the second day of May, and that, if it all works out, we should receive an additional $500,000 from the state, and we will do another paving project between midsummer and fall. So that's coming this way, and we'll be doing some more roads and trying to get a couple things done. So that's going to be coming as well. So that's good news, and we're getting closer, but it's still, we have a ways to go. The last order of business, and this is not on the agenda, this came in today, and it was a new handicap parking permit for Julie Edgecombe on South 7th, and I'll defer to the clerk for comments on the permit.
This is just a standard form. She's turned in her stuff she needed as far as registration, insurance, doctor's letter, and so forth, stating that she was a person that could be eligible for the parking permit. On a new one, we have to go out and paint the curb, and we have to put in a new sign, so it takes a little bit longer to do this. The weather's changed, so these guys are very good about getting out there and getting this taken care of, so I would say that, there's no problem approving it.
Floor is open for questions or comments. None. Ask for a motion to approve the handicap parking permit for Julie Edgecombe.
I'll make said motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. That concludes new business. Comments from board members. Ed?
Well, just thank you guys for coming out, and that's it. Thank you.
And also watch your mail. There are a couple flyers coming out. You'll want to join us for going green in the Grove for our Arbor Day celebration. And it is on April 30th from 11 to 4 at Hornet Park Community Center. Also, coming up effective May 10th, there's going to be a change in your trash pickup. There will be a flyer coming to each resident in Beech Grove, so watch for the green and the orange.
Chief, did you want to comment on the Chief Chalice?
Yeah.
Yeah, today was the funeral for retired Chief Chalice.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody that showed up for the funeral. I know the family was very pleased with the showing up on the streets for him as he was taken by. IMPD assisted, and they were very generous with their motorcycle patrol that helped us with that. And the funeral service at the cemetery is very nice also. So I want to thank everybody that participated and showed their respect and support for the family, and continued support for Shirley and the family.
I do want to comment, I appreciate the clerk's office. They were very quick in paying claims for the family. That's not an easy time when that happens, but there were a couple death benefits that were paid, and I appreciate the promptness, so. And the family appreciated it as well, so
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Comments?
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make said motion.
I'll second.
Meeting is adjourned. We will meet again on May the 2nd at 6 PM in these chambers, 6:41. Thank you.